This is Lawrence D. Adams with the Thinking Class, where spirituality and the game combine. You don't want to miss today's broadcast. I have a special guest coming up, Tanisha J. We're going to drop some gems today, and you got to hear the story. You got to stay to the end and hear the story about what happened to her and networking that's gone wrong. You don't want to miss it. She got an interesting story, and she's also a real estate broker. So you want to hear what she has to say about networking, social media, and client retention and attraction. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Let's begin the show. Let's go. Salute everyone. This is Lawrence D. Adams. We are live today. We got a special guest in the Thinking Class. All I'm going to say, y'all better be ready today. You know how LDA does it. And one sec. How you doing? So we're live today. So you want to definitely get the likes up right now. Get the likes up and let me know what you're thinking. Get the Thinking Class. Let's get it going. Get the likes up. I got the guest. She's in the background. She's ready to go. The guest is ready. So you don't want to miss this. Let's get some fire sign in the chat room right now. If you're on the YouTube or you're on Instagram, or not on Instagram, but on Facebook, get the likes up and then you'll get to see what's going on. Let's get the likes up right quick and get a fire sign in there. You ready for her to come up? She's in the background. She's great. She's drinking her glass. I'm seeing her. So let's get the likes up right quick. There you go. There you go. There you go. Shout out to Sigma. Shout out to Fierce Soul. Shout out to True Savage. Shout out to Unique. Shout out to Hannibal. Shout out to everyone in the chat room. Let's get this going. I know y'all. There you go. Sharice, what's going on? Get the fire signs in the chat room. Let's get it going. Y'all ready for this conversation to start? Let's get it. Let's get the conversation going right quick. What's up? What's up, Hannibal? What's going on? What's going on? You ready for? If you ready for my guest to come up, let me know in the chat room. Y'all ready for her to come up? I need to see. I need to see at least. Let me know y'all ready for her to come up. Let me adjust this right quick. Here we go. Let me know in the chat room you guys are ready. Y'all ready? I see one ready. Not enough readies. Let's get some more readies. I see her in the background. She's ready. She got the lipstick on. She's ready to go. Let's get another ready. But yeah, this is the thing, class. Today we're talking about when networking go wrong. This week we've been talking on the importance of networking when it comes into the game and how important your network determines your net worth. So you need to pay attention to what we're going to talk about today. She's actually into real estate, and she does multiple things. Beautiful animated. No, not beautiful animated. So you guys ready? Good. Let's get ready to go. Let me bring her up onto the thinking class. What's going on? What's going on? How are you,
Hey,
Tanisha?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Thank you so much for, it just happened, and this whole thing happened within a week. Well, that's what is it?
Yeah.
4 days actually. We actually connected and actually bring you onto the platform. So definitely, this is going to be interesting. So let's tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am Tanisha Johnson. I'm from DC. I'm a real estate broker. Real estate brokers manage real estate agents. I run a small brokerage license in DC, Maryland, and Georgia. I'm probably the most unconventional broker you guys are going to find. I am so not stuffy at all. If you look through my social media page, and I am like totally free, and I think people should be exactly who they are. I am prior military. I'm prior stripper. I'm prior law office employee. I have done a little bit of everything. And I'm a mommy, and then I run a couple of smaller businesses as well. So I'm the classic hustler.
Okay, Greg. So thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your service. Thank you for your service. Interesting, interesting. So tell me in your many careers that you've been in, tell me how important it is. If you would, especially this is Women's Wednesday. Tell me how important it is of having for women networking when it comes to business.
So business building and business growth is all about relationships, right? So you have to be out, you have to be in the public, you have to be friendly, you have to be building these relationships with people, or your business will not grow, right? Mm-hmm. People can literally use any real estate agent or go to any company and get their hair done or buy soap from anybody, right? So most people that decide to use you based on the relationship. And maybe it's not an actual relationship that you guys have already built, but I get so many clients from social media just because they follow me on social media and they vibe with me for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. That's very important. So I think a lot of times people don't think that networking is good when it comes down when you're doing business. And then just go a little bit deeper for when it comes to women in business. What do you say about that? Because you seem like you have multiple careers or things you've done. How important it is for women to really get that networking piece together?
So I think that especially the higher up you go in your career field, it's harder and harder and harder to see us. Right? It gets harder to see us. It gets harder to see Black women being successful. Like, we have to be able to build relationships. We want to stay away from those negative stereotypes, right? Like Black women are all aggressive, or they're all mean, or whatever the stereotypes is, right? The only way to combat that stuff is us actually being as as friendly and being focused on relationship building as possible. We won't get there without the network, and we have to do it with each other and with our possible clients.
All right. So yeah, because I've noticed when it comes to networking, sometimes it becomes just I'm giving you my card, you give me your card, and that's the end of it. And you put the card up, and it collects dust for the next year. You know what I'm talking about?
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. I'm just being honest. That's when you like, hey, I got your card, you got my card. We never take it any further past the card. So how do we get past that handshake, that initial handshake, and take it to the next level?
So I think what I see most of us, and we're really not attempting to do more, at least for me. If I just took your card and that was it, then you're probably a real estate agent, right? But if I am networking in social circles that are outside of my normal circle, it becomes really easy to recommend people for stuff, right? I know an amazing plumber, and I know an amazing HVAC guy, and I know an amazing soap seller, right? I know these people because I networked outside of my general circle. So it's important that you go to those things that are focused on what you do, right? So I may not go to a bunch of real estate agents networking events anymore, but I definitely cut all the broker events, and then I go to other networking events so I can start building my network outside of my normal business, because that's how you grow. If we're all doing the same things, we're not going to recommend each other.
Right. And that's funny. I said that yesterday, networking within your particular career, but also networking outside of what you do. Because if you do not, they may have something that you may need that can actually help you in your particular field that you're in. But most people get stuck to networking, just on what they know, and that's it.
Yep.
They never network outside of the particular field. And I'm glad you said that and brought that up. So once again, there's no notes. We're straight off the cuff right here. But I'm gonna say a little bit something. You want to listen in, because we're gonna talk about why the networking going wrong. We're gonna bring that up and just easing it in so you can get comfortable who she is and what she offers and things like that. I don't have your social media, so I would have put it in there, but I definitely want to plug you in there. If you're in the DMV area, Georgia, you said DMV, Georgia, and where else?
DMV and Georgia.
Okay. You definitely want to look her up. We want to make sure, even on this Women's Wednesday, that here on the thinking class, I want y'all to realize we do celebrate women. We ain't over here bashing them. You know how people will be saying, oh, all they do is bash women. And
that's not what you do, is it, Lawrence?
Nah, I'm not on that. I don't have time for that. I'm too grown for that.
I didn't think so.
LD, a simple smile and courtesy can take a woman a long distance. Correct. Definitely. You're definitely right. Unique. Definitely. So when you're in networking events, what are some of the things you look for with people that you're trying to connect with?
So I'm usually just floating around, right? I'm floating around and I'm trying to connect with people that are friendly and talking to other people. I kind of try to stay away from wallflowers because this really is, or networking period, you have to be personable, right? And nobody wants to send their clients to somebody who's not going to be personable. So if you're out and you're moving around and you're talking to people and you're giving out your cards, then I want to talk to you because you're busy. It doesn't really matter to me what you do, what your profession is. I'm sure there's some way we can connect. It doesn't even have to be real estate related, right? Maybe you're a lawyer and I know somebody who needs a will, right? So I'm going to send them to you, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with real estate. So you have to be the star that you want, right? So I think it all starts with you being the star and you being on the scene and you talking so that you can make the connections.
So I mean, and I think that's so important. I think a lot of times people make the mistake when they go to networking events, just going for the hors d'oeuvres and the drinks, and they never connect with anyone. And
we all like free alcohol, right?
Right, hey, free alcohol. Like, hey, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna get all the free alcohol and get all the business cards, and then I walk away. So that's interesting, because now let's talk about the social media side of it. What do you see with networking for us with social media? Because I think it's still a new ground, but it's not new because we're in the internet age, really past that. How do you incorporate that part of it?
So I like to tell new real estate agents that everything you need literally is online. Every client you could possibly find, or every business that you need clientele for, is literally online. These people are real, especially if you're on Facebook, they really get to know you, right? We watch each other's kids grow up. We watch each other change jobs, start new businesses, get married, get divorced. We really are tapped into each other's lives. So it's so easy to find people that you connect with past the business level, right? So if I love you already, and I really do love some of my Facebook friends that I have never even met, if I love you, then I'm definitely going to send my business to you. It's a little easier online, right? Because it's free than
Right.
it was in the past when you had to send out postcards or you had to pay for billboards, you had to pay for signs. You can get all of that stuff, the same performance right on social media without paying a dime.
So you're saying that social media is a good way to leverage
It
your
is,
networking.
right? Keep your coins in your pocket. I might on social media, maybe I spend about $100 a month on ads, and I'm guaranteed to get at least 200 leads a month from my
Wow.
$100 a month.
From $100, so you get a $200. So with $100, you get 200 leads, 200 leads with that, correct?
Yep. Depending on what
Wow.
the ad's about, at a minimum, I'm looking at about 200 leads.
Wow,
And that's
that's
just me
amazing.
paying for them, right? That's not even my general Facebook friends who just saw me talking about real estate, or they really like me because I follow the 80-20 rule, right? So I have one page, just my page, right? On that page, it's mostly me, and then it's going to be 20% real estate. And then I have my real estate only page. So my friends on my 80-20 page, where it's me and I'm just having a good time and it's me living my regular life, those people are guaranteed to use me.
That's awesome. That is awesome right there. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't even realize the importance of that, of the social media side of it. Now, just the thing, we talked about, so now we're going to talk about we sort of speeding through a lot of stuff. We sort of speeding through it. I know everybody trying to wait to hear to get to the good part. But talking about the client, when networking, how important is the client attraction part of that?
So like I said, I use the 80-20 rule. I mean, it's so hard, at least for women, right? To know who is and who isn't serious and who's just here to look at me, right? So I think as a new agent, I definitely found it a little more difficult, right? My discretion wasn't as high as it is now. So I found it a little more difficult to kind of navigate through what people want, right? Excuse me, who's actually trying to meet with me to discuss home buying and who's actually trying to meet with me because they're trying to take me out. It happens so often, so often. So it's important, at least for us women, that we have as many steps in place to kind of figure out what people need so that we're not ignoring possible clients and then we're not giving too much information to people who really don't want to be clients at all. It's
Okay,
a slippery slope and a hard balance. And I'm not even sure that I have perfected it, right? But
right.
I do my best.
So if this is resonating with you, I need you guys to put a number 2 in the chat room. If this is resonating with you, what we're talking about right now, I need you to put a number 2 in the chat room. Let me know that this is resonating. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, let me know that this is resonating with you. Because a lot of times we don't have these conversations, especially about discerning what if this person is a client or they're trying to date.
Yep.
When it comes to social media, because then there comes a thin line that you got to be able to say, hey, you know what? This is not what it needs to be. This is what it should be. So let me know in the chat room if this is resonating with you. Put a number 2 in the chat room. Yeah, this is quite interesting because social media has opened up a big door for a lot of people.
Too many people, actually, right? You literally never know what you're coming into contact with. And I realize that when you're in public spaces, you also never know what you're coming into contact with. But I think people they're a little more discreet and they'll do things on social media that they would never do in public, right? Like nobody's going to walk up to me and ask, can they touch me? Or which happens to me, right? People will walk up to me and be like, can I touch your behind? People would never do that to you in public normally. Normal people won't do that to you in public, but on social media, everybody's a crazy. Just about everybody's a crazy. So finding the balance is so difficult.
Now this the thing. So we talk about social media. Child led right into that. Okay, we only got 1, 2. Y'all, come on, y'all. I'm gonna get y'all thinking class. You got 1, 2 that's resonating with you. I know it's Women's Wednesday, but let's talk about this. Let's get to social media, the social media piece. Let me breathe right here. I might have to do a little commercial right quick. Let me run this little commercial before we go into that piece right there. Let me run this little commercial right quick for my friend Billy. Let's run this right quick, and then we'll come right back and we'll talk about that social media piece. What made you go viral on
OMG.
Facebook? Oh boy, here we go.
Hey cuties, every single year we say we're going to do something different. Every single year we come up with New Year's resolutions, new year, new me. We do all these things and we try, we do have the heart for it, but we always tend to go back to our default factory settings and we're repeating cycles of behaviors and thoughts over and over again. Aren't you tired of it? We need to shift the default settings. That's why the behavior doesn't change. These negative patterns, we're going to uncover. Join me March 9th, 7 p.m. on Zoom. I send an Eventbrite link. Look it up, Billy Gilliam. It's time to reveal these negative patterns. It's time to remove them. And it's time to restore who you're supposed to be. There's time for new default settings. We don't have to go back to old ways of thinking. It's time to move.
Ooh, we are back. We are back. Uh-oh, the camera didn't turn black. So I definitely put the link in there for Billy right here. I think I got it right here. This is the link to her Eventbrite if you guys want to be involved with that. Are you there, Tanisha? She didn't disappear, y'all. Oh, there she go. So let's talk about how you can you hear me? Oh, she can't. Oh, baby Jesus. Can you hear me? Can you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Her sound, I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me? Best way to do that, message. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can't hear me? Okay, great. I hear you, but you can't hear me. Let's do this. Okay, you can't hear me at all. Everything is loud and clear, and you cannot hear me. Ah, dog. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Can you let me know in the chat room?
Lawrence, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I can't hear you.
That's strange. So what I want you to do is just jump back out, and then I'm gonna bring you back on. I'm gonna figure out what's going on. Jump back out, hit the link, and come back up.
Do you need me to log out and log back in?
I don't know what happened. If you can hear me in the chat room, let me know. Put a number 3 in the chat room if you can hear me loud and clear. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. This is what happened when you do live TV, when you do it live. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat room. You guys can hear what's going on. So you can hear me loud and clear. I'm not sure what happened to her audio. But we're going to talk about why she went viral on Facebook about what happened about social media. So all I did was just prepping you to get you ready loud and clear with what's going to take place. You got to do the preliminaries. Plus, I had some people in my house doing some work. So when she logged back in, we're going to talk about what made her go viral. Then I'm going to ask some questions. Now, we know that she does business. We know that she's does real estate and that there she go, do all of that. But let's talk about can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, it might have been a little loop, whatever. So we're going to talk about it now. We're going to take the gloves off. Let's talk about it now. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So
if
you go ahead.
No, go ahead, Lawrence. I'm listening.
You ready? She had to drink it. Okay. So let me preference this. I'd say it could be a little bit of LDA after dark. Get your sunglasses on. We about to go to LDA after dark. We had to do the professional side first. Now we're going to go into this side of it. So I'm going to let her tell her story about what took place. And then I'm going to ask some questions. I'm going to want to know some things maybe nobody else asks. So let's go into it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's go. So you go ahead and explain what happened.
So I don't know, I guess maybe last Wednesday, I see a notification saying I have an inbox message. I rarely answer my inbox messages. It's kind of hard to navigate through the pervs and the people that's been talking to me for like the last 6 years, even though I haven't responded, right? So I normally do not answer my inbox messages, but I recognize the name. So I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure I recognize the name because the first and last name are kind of familiar to me, or if he and I have been talking like on my Facebook page. But I know when I saw the name, I recognized the name, and whatever it was in my inbox, I was going to respond because I recognize the name. I always respond to people who have talked to me on my wall first, because I'm assuming that maybe you're not just a creep because you at least talk to me on my wall first, right? So I see the name, I open the inbox, and it's his Peter.
Whoa. What? Wait a minute. So he responded, he DM'd you. Did he have any pre-things that he said to you? Did he say, hey, how you doing, sexy? What's your name? And can I get to know you? Or did he just came out and just had the eggplant right there?
So the only communication that we had in our inbox was he waved at me twice in 2018. I didn't respond. We've never talked in the inbox, and next thing you know, there's a penis picture, eggplant, all on my timeline at like 8 o'clock all on my inbox at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I don't want you to think that this is the first time I've gotten a penis picture, because I've gotten others. But I don't know, this one just it just rubbed me the wrong way. Not that they all don't rub me the wrong way, because normally I would block and move on with my life. I would call them a couple of names and I would move on with my life. But I wasn't feeling that way last week. Last week I was feeling empowered, for lack of a better term. I'm tired of people violating my space, and I'm tired of feeling harassed and like I can't do anything about it. So I saw the picture. I didn't respond. I went to his Facebook page, his profile. I looked up his female relatives. And then I sent each one of them the picture, his auntie, his sisters, his cousins, asking them to please let him know that this was disgusting. Don't send unsolicited dick pics. And then I posted it on my wall that I did it. And what I thought would be maybe other guys in my inbox leaving me alone, because that's what I expected. I expected people to leave me alone because they know that I am willing to do that. I will tell your nana, I don't care. Leave me alone. But somehow leave me alone went to more than 1,000 likes, more than 1,000 comments, more than 1,000 shares. And my goal really wasn't, I didn't post it thinking I'm going to go viral, because I literally post all my businesses and motivation and affirmations like daily, but they may get 2 or 3 shares and that's it. I thought that people would leave me alone. And then somehow I became a shero to some and a pariah to others. So it's crazy.
So I'm gonna make sure I understand this correct. True Savage, you hear this. I know you know what industry, you know where you work at, you know how we talk. He did not say anything. This is the thinking class. We're still thinking. We just LD after dark right now. He just said hello, waved a couple times, and then he waved a couple times, and then he sent the pics, huh?
Yes, it was like he didn't even, it wouldn't have mattered to me if it was nice looking, but it was like dead. It was limp on his leg. It was ashy. Like he didn't even try to color it up for me. Like he was just like, boom. I'm trying to figure out what he was expecting. I don't know what he thought would happen next. I know it wasn't me inboxing his auntie, but that wasn't on the list of things he thought would happen next. But I'm just wondering what he thought would happen next.
So what did you think? They like, bruh, hell no. Bruh, I'm the same way when I was Didn't I tell you, brothers? Let me give you this game right quick. We're gonna continue on. Don't be sending no pictures of your eggplant to women. But I'm
So
gonna have to,
I
I'm
would
gonna
like
flip,
literally never ask for some. I would never ask for one, not even from the guys I'm dating, right? But I definitely don't want one that I did not fucking ask for. Like, why is it in my inbox? Right? Like, this is not going to be the way to get any positive attention from me.
I bet Peter, Peter won't do that again. Nah, Peter won't do that again. I don't think I think he caught the message right there. But I've been saying this, you don't do that. First of all, let me give you some game. Not talking about you, Dave, but you have to preference that before you even do that. So if you decide that you want to do this in the social media age, this is when I said network can go wrong. He networked the wrong way, or he hustled backwards, and now he got exposed. Do not do that. So now I'm gonna flip it. I know I'm about to flip it now. Now, what if I got two flips with you? You ready? Because this happened. LDA sound like Project Pat when he said eggplant. Right. Let me got two flips for you. What if he did preface it and then send that to you? Would your response be the same way?
So what do you mean by preference it? Like,
if he would have talked to you, sort of talked to you a little bit, how you doing? You had a little interaction, talking. They say, hey, I want to send you something. What was your response would have been?
So my response would not have been listening to his family, right? Because at least we would have had some type of conversation. It still would have caught me off guard. I still would have been mad. I probably still would have but I probably would have called him some names, blocked him, and kept it moving. But the audacity of not even having a conversation with me, right? You didn't show me enough respect to even say, hi, Tanisha, like, happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday. It was just, boom, here's a penis.
Okay. Now, here's the flip. You ready for the flip?
I'm ready for the flip.
I'm going to ask you because I know nobody probably asked you this, but I'm going to ask you because it's right here. What if it wasn't a him and it was a her?
So I probably would have went off more because I don't identify as a lesbian. And I've never been anywhere to identify as not that I have a problem with women or lesbian activities, but I don't identify as a lesbian. So if a woman had done it, it probably would have been worse, right? Like if a woman had done it to me, I had put it on social media, I had inboxed her family, I probably would be a shero to everybody because men clown women like this all the time. Men post stuff about women not smelling right or not feeling right or whatever it is, and everybody just laughs and kind of moves on. Nobody inboxes them to tell them they're a horrible person or makes other posts to tell them they're a horrible person or, makes something else to say, oh, I would have done this if I was his sister. You wouldn't have done shit, but you'd have did what they did. And that would be mortified probably, right? But I think if it had been a woman and I had exposed a woman, we're so used to treating women any type of way, nobody would have had a problem with it. So my response wouldn't have been different, but I think the world's response or the social media world's response would have been different.
Okay, so that's a good answer. That's a good answer because I think sometimes we don't look about it. Now what? This the other. I'm not flip flopping. I'm flipping so we can get some texture to. Well, you already got the texture anyway. He didn't give no texture into his Peter, but we're going to give some thing about this. Now, say hypothetically, you sent a picture to a gentleman and he did that to you. How would you handle it?
I would definitely feel like I deserved it, right? You don't get to bother people. Being a female or being attractive doesn't give me the carte blanche card to bother people either. Right. So I think in a lot of space, especially online, we talk about what is and what isn't feminine and what is socially acceptable for women. I rarely talk to a guy first because I think if he likes me, he's going to come and get me. Right. There's no reason for me to say I like him or inbox him first or any of that stuff, because if he actually likes me, he's going to come and get me. So there's no way I'm just going to off the cuff be like, this guy's attractive. Let me inbox him. My vagina.
Well, this hypothetically, if you did, I'm not saying that you did. Don't y'all get happy in the thinking class. See, the guys are like, they ain't typing it all. They're like, please talk more, LDA. Please say more. We want to hear more. Just make her say hypothetical. So hypothetically, if you were in, you had did that and he had did that and sent that to your family, you would be mortified, right?
No, I would be okay. That's what I get. I shouldn't have done it. I'm a shit rolls downhill type of person, right? If you kick the ball at me, trust me, I'm gonna run it back, and I'm gonna run it back way better than you did. So if I do that to someone, whatever they do next is exactly what I deserve.
See, that's the thing, and that's the thing I wanted to make sure everyone was clear. That's why I keep saying on social media, you have to be careful. What's going on, Ted? Everybody laughing. I'm saying that's why you have to be careful. You do not be sending those kind of pics to people who could potentially down the road, you down there, you at the Grammys or you at the Oscars, and your picture come out on Fox 2 TV. So you have to be careful with that to protect your brand and who you are, even if you are just a regular Joe going to work and whatever the case may be. But yeah, so you would be mortified by it if that took place at that. So yeah,
I just don't think anybody, including me, has the right to violate anybody. There's no looks to give you the right. There's no money to give you the right. You do not get to violate people. That includes me.
So let me read what True Sour says. I think a chick was up to something, sending me a coochie pic on out the gate. That is very true.
What I want to know what she looked like, because that's not, in my opinion, it's not something women do, right? I don't need to send a coochie pic. You're already talking to me. You already want to talk to me. So why am I sending you a coochie pic?
Well, if she's sending it right out the gate, if she decides to send that right out the gate, then there's, immediately guys are going to be like, oh, what she's up to. It's going to send a red flag. I hope it would send a red flag. You guys like, wait a minute. What's up with this?
I don't think men think that way. I think y'all probably like stuff like that.
No. Red flag. It will be this. The first thing will happen. If I'm lying, guys, let me know in the chat room. We'll look at it, examine it. Okay. Well, okay, that's nice. How pretty. But from that point on, put it on pause. I promise you. That the looks are irrelevant, the beauty's in the duty. They talking that ism. So, but yeah, definitely, she can look pretty, and then she send that picture. First thing I wonder, she trying to scam, or what's she up to? What's she up to? Who's helping her send these pictures? For her to lead, if she's leading with that, that's a problem. And the same thing with a guy leading with that, that's a problem.
So fellas, just so you guys know, if you're getting them, please send them to me, and I will send them to her mother. Right? So we're not doing this either way.
He said, I'll look at it and ignore her. All right. Amanda, look, don't get me wrong. Amanda, look. Oh, okay. Do this. I call it a pinch. Open up. And then they do like this. Oh, okay. Then after that, it's a done deal. The reason, the thing of it is, no matter what, we're still human. And we still have proclivities or things that who we are and what we like and we don't like. And if men are visual creatures, first thing we're going to notice, okay, there's a naked body here. We ain't gonna, even if it's sleep, whatever, we're gonna look. That's just how men are by our nature. But for a man to lead by doing that in the DM, that's a problem. And what happens is, when I look at it, okay, of course you did what you decided you did, but it's a problem when a man thinks that if he leads by showing his private part, that is the first thing he should do to get a woman. That tells me that he has no game, he has no upbringing, and that he doesn't really know how to approach a woman. Because it's not what you show in the DM, is when you get between her mind. But I shouldn't be saying that. Shouldn't be saying that. But it's the truth. So this has happened to lots of women, where guys are deciding that this is what I want to do. I want to send you a full box. I want to see what I'm working with. Get into her mind. She's not looking at the physical. If I'm lying, let me know if I'm lying, Tanisha. I could be wrong.
So I think I can remember when I wasn't this person that I am right now, right?
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
none.
Uh-oh, she froze up.
So somebody likes it, right? There are tons of women out there that liked it. Some chick on my post said I isolated some guy that liked me. So I was wrong for isolating a guy that liked me. And I can't understand what her version of like is, right? Like, that's not my version of like. So I realized that we're all at totally different places in our life. And what I consider acceptable and what someone else may consider acceptable are two different things. There are women that want that type of stuff. You should probably be in groups with women that want that type of stuff. I'm not in the groups. When I'm on Facebook or social media, there are tons of pictures of me in bikinis, and I'm on the beach having a good time, and I'm at the pool having a good time. But I'm also talking about real estate. I'm not telling you guys to call me or inboxing me. I'm telling you, if you want to buy a house, I'm going to connect you with one of my agents. So it's just downright trifling to use my business information or even use what I use as business for something other than the purpose I said. But there are plenty of women that like it. You just have to find a woman that likes it or a guy that likes it. And then you're fine. It's somebody for everybody.
I think what happens is, and this, you brought up a good point, and I think people need to really catch this, especially with him doing that.
I can't hear you again, Lawrence.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why can't you hear me? If you can hear me in the chat room, let me know. Because I got something to say. Jump out and jump back in. I got something to say. You know, I ain't gonna let this sit here, just sit here. I got something to say. Y'all, let me know if y'all want to. Here we go. Let me see if you can. I hear you. Okay, you hear me good.
I can hear you now.
Okay, okay, you can hear me. Okay, I got something to say now. Now this gonna be tight, but it's right. Men, by virtue, are visual creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes some men can't separate what they see with the bikinis and the outfits they have on to see that you're talking particularly about business. So they will be like Kobe Bryant or Steph Curry and try to hit that 3-point shot. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand. I understand how you colored up. Maybe I'm attracting people that I like how you colored it up, and just instead of just saying these pictures are attracting perverts, right? Because I realize
not perverts.
pictures...
They're not perverts. They're men.
Okay, all right. I don't want to call them men. So
they're
I
men.
understand that the pictures, people come to the page to see me, right? They didn't follow the page for real estate, because if they followed the page for real estate, they would go to the real estate only page. So they came to the page to see me. But at what point do we separate? I'm looking at Tanisha and I'm fucking bothering Tanisha, right? Past the penis picture, there's some guy that has texted me and called me, and I blocked him like 8 times in the last year. Right? If you see his messages, they're threatening. They're like, "You're so stupid, you won't talk to me." Like, they sound like I'm gonna pull up on you, right? So at what point do we separate? She looks good, and I think I have the right to bother her.
So and that's a very valid point. So which page did he do that on?
I don't even know what he's following me at, but I'm assuming he's following me on DMV Property Diva, or he's following me on my regular Tanisha Johnson page on Facebook.
Okay, so that's the thing. And over here, we don't teach that.
Yeah.
No man should be in the woman's inbox trying to cupcake, placate, trying to get on, threatening that you are really out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't care. Ain't nowhere. If you doing that, that's a sure way that things are going to dry up.
So like, I have no clue who the guy is, but just as soon as I find out, like, I'm going to do the most when I figure out who he is. But literally, I'll block a number today, and then next month he'll be texting me from a brand new number. And apparently it's always 2 numbers, because I block a number right now, and then 2 minutes later he'll text me talking about you just fucking blocked me. Like, why the fuck do you keep blocking me? You're so fucking stupid. I'm just trying to talk to you. Like, I am worried about whoever it is, and I shouldn't have to feel that way.
Right. You shouldn't have to feel that way. But my concern is every man doesn't fit that mold. And I know you already know that.
Yeah.
And even with that right there, that's wrong. And ain't no way over here, as grown as I am, I'm going to condone a man acting like that. If a man acts like that, he is out of pocket. Ain't no way around it. Let me read this. You said dry up like the Sahara Desert. Real talk, LDA. You better better off blocking and leaving the situation alone.
I'm not. Let's go back to that one. I'm not, because I've been blocking people and telling them to leave me alone for years. For years, I've been posting about it and I've been asking people to leave me alone, and nothing has happened. Nobody reacted until I reacted. And now social media is reacting, whether they agree with me or not. The guy immediately deactivated his page when I posted his penis pictures. When I told his auntie, can you please tell your nephew not to send women penis pictures? He deactivated his page. So it's not going to stop until I do something. It won't stop for other women until we do something. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm too gangster to sit on the sidelines and keep letting people threaten my peace or disturb my peace. I'm not bothering anybody. And I look like this in person. Like the pictures you guys see online are the pictures of how I actually look in person. I'm not gonna cower. I refuse to cower for anybody. Period.
So even with that right there being said, now this is the part of the thinking class where we go there. What time is it? Oh, 1:17. We got a little time now. So what? This gonna be this. Everybody should know. I got my glass of water. It ain't no wine. What in you do you think may be attracting these type of men?
What in me attracts these type of men?
What do you
think?
So
I think a lot of my social media following was there from when I was a dancer, right? So my social media following isn't just based on real estate or just based on my current pictures. These people have followed me since I was a dancer, right? And then I probably would have been more likely to delete the picture or delete the person instead of reacting the way I did. And then on Friday night, there's a post that says, hey, catch me at this place in this city, right? Because I'm traveling all the time. Catch me here on Friday night. Come in, tip. Like, I think a lot of people haven't transitioned with me.
Ting.
That's a good way to say it. I transitioned, but they didn't transition with me.
Bingo. Bing bong, bingo right there. There is right there. If I see you as a stripper, I am not thinking about real estate. I'm thinking about how can I get into your real estate, which is a complete difference. So yeah, you're right. And this is good because this is part of when network is important when you're moving from one business venture into another, how you got to separate certain clients from the other clients for what you're doing. This is a prime, excellent learning lesson right there. I hope you guys are getting that, because it can happen to anyone. If now I decide today I'm going to start doing boats and I'm LDA and I'm doing this, everybody say, well, what does boat have to do with your podcast and everything? Unless I start doing a podcast separately about boats. That means I have to attract a different crowd of people. And I think, like you said, most people haven't separated. You used to strip, but now you're into real estate, and now they're like, I don't believe you.
Okay, it's okay not to believe me as a real estate agent, but I have literally opened all these brokerages.
No, I'm just talking about hypothetically. They're like, I don't believe you.
We have to grow. I'm 100% about growth, right? So if 10 minutes from now you're a brand new person,
oh my God, sound went out.
I am 100% with the person you are 10 minutes from now. Nobody needs to be held back by their past.
Yeah. I think that's yeah. Well, you don't need to be held back by your past, right? But sometimes people cannot separate the two. Oh, she didn't jump out. She can't. Peace to you, True Savage. Yeah, people can't separate the two. They can't separate the two things that take place. If I'm telling it right.
Okay, what did you say, Lawrence? I'm sorry, I missed you. And I think that the sound thing is my fault. Every time somebody texts me or calls me, that's when the sound stops working.
Okay, that's probably what it is.
Sorry.
So I think what happened is a lot of times, as I say, in the context of the conversation, a lot of men cannot separate seeing you one way to see you in a real estate. It's just plain and simple. Ain't no way around it. I wish it was a way around. It's like, oh, you know what? We see you now as this real estate broker that does wonderful things, but I can't stop. Look at my eyes. No, look at my eyes. And they're looking down. You know what I mean?
So I keep telling people I want to be, I had like a brief modeling stint after I stopped dancing. I got an agent. I made it on an episode of Power. I really thought I wanted to be an urban model for a good little while, right? Mm-hmm. So I totally understand that expecting people to transition with me, it may or may not be realistic because I have been through so many phases of my life, right? The military, the law firm, the stripping, the real estate. I have been through so many phases of my life that I totally understand that everybody isn't going to grow with me or respect that I have grown, right? Mm-hmm. But if you disrespect, at least publicly, to me, that I have grown, then I'm gonna get in your ass.
Well, but this is the thing. Even with that, with what you're saying, which is your prerogative to do. There always going to be a backlash or consequences when doing that. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
So are you saying if you're going to get on there, you're going to get on them about, hey, you come to me, approaching me like this, I'm going to say something to you. But if not understanding where they're coming from to approach you like that, that changes the whole narrative of it.
So let me put this in a way that so I've been out of the Air Force since 2013. If I walk past a colonel and he expected me to salute, I'm not going to. I'm no longer in the military. Mm-hmm. Right? I haven't worked at that law firm since 2016. If somebody randomly emailed me files and expect me to work on them, I'm not going to. That's not what I do anymore. So we have to give people the room to grow, and we don't, no matter what we think, we don't get to stifle their growth. If you feel like I'm still that person, there are plenty of people that are actively that person that you can follow. You can send them dick pics, you can send them money, you can catch them on Friday night. They'll be okay with it. I'm not okay with it, right? People still text me and be like, oh, CIAA weekend is in Baltimore next week. People from Charlotte text me, asking me how to book strippers for next weekend. I just blocked the call. I didn't say, hey, why are you still calling me a stripper? Because I'm not a stripper. I didn't say I haven't danced in 5 years, right? I didn't do any of that because I totally understand that they haven't grown with me. And that's okay. But you don't get to disrespect me if you know for sure that I'm no longer there.
Okay, that right there, that makes sense. But yeah, that's a good point, because what happens is if we don't discuss the different sides of how you are grown and how some people have not grown with you, we do a disservice to you, but also to the people who know you as one thing and don't know you as who you are. And so that right there, a simple block, say not the guy would have sent you the dick pic, a simple block, or I'm not into that right now, or I'm not respond, would actually be the best thing to do, because then it's like, wait a minute, she blocked me. She's not okay. She's really about this real estate and doing what she's doing. It just changes the whole narrative. You know what I mean?
So on Instagram, because it was my old dancer page, I blocked people. But on that Facebook page, because I've had so many Facebook pages, on that particular Facebook page, I was never known as a dancer on that page. All the people on that page know is that I'm a real estate agent or I'm a real estate broker. So his disrespect was totally based off what I look like. You don't get to do that to me.
And that's understandable. And you know, guys, I'm here to tell you now, I didn't see in her pictures. See, I'm drinking my water. And I can't say what we said behind the scenes, but yeah.
Oh,
I can't say what we said behind the scenes, but I will say this. Even if she does do that, and it's for any woman, a real dude does not approach that way. If you're approaching that way, that is a problem. We know that over here in the thinking class, when you approach, you need to be approaching, or if you're going to do a cold call approach, and it's a whole debate about that. There's other ways to actually interact with a woman like that. That's when network is going wrong. When you think that you got to lead with your eggplant, you need to lead with a picture like that, because that's not right. Yeah. On both sides. Let me emphasize that, on both sides. Now, if you have a relationship or you talking, whatever the case be, do you? Yeah. I would suggest that you do it on text message if you're going to do it. I'm trying to stay clear of LDA of the dark, but if you're going to do the exchange of pictures, do it on, on the text message. Trying to give y'all some game on that, not on social media, because it can be lifted off of social media easily. Trust me. So, but yeah, so from this point on, y'all don't come for her. Don't send her no pictures. Send her a picture. If you're gonna send a picture, send her a picture of a real eggplant. Maybe she won't put you out there like that.
I might laugh at that. I'm probably not gonna respond, but I'm gonna laugh at it.
Right. So is there anything else you want to say about the situation? And have you moved on past it once you sent that information to his family members?
So I wish I could say I moved on past it. I think, like I said, I didn't expect so many people to interact with it, right? So the last couple of days haven't been the easiest, because am I being honest? Yeah, that last couple of days haven't been the easiest. And I don't think I'm the type of person that kind of focuses on what people think about me. And it's not so bad coming from the men, but from the women, like, I'm such a horrible person from the women. I literally just protected you from getting a penis pic from him. I protected you. I protected your kids. I protected your mama, your sister, your aunt. Why are you so mad at me?
So this is the thing. This is a principle that we teach over here. It's this. Anytime you become a savior to somebody or anything or any cause, you're bound to go to the cross. Anytime you become a savior to anyone or any situation, things like that, you're bound to go to the cross. And so those women saying those things, even though you might think that you have, in that sense that I did this, I'm protecting you and everybody else. But in reality of it is, you're going to go to the cross. It just happens that way. When it's just a principle that takes place when you're trying to save people, particularly say from the situation. Now that it's exposed, that's one thing, but trying to save them, you can't save the people. So some people.
I don't think I was like, in the moment, I was really just trying to save myself. But realistically, so many men will see it and not send a penis picture because they don't know how the woman's going to react. And that guy deactivated his page, so he definitely won't be doing it. So all the women that are mad at me, it's like, I feel like Harriet Tubman. I'm trying to free the slaves.
Okay.
They don't even know they slaves.
That's a stress, sister.
I'm Harriet Tubman. I'm serious, Lord.
That's a
I'm trying to help them. I was trying to help myself, and then I helped them inadvertently, and they don't even appreciate it.
They're not going to appreciate it. I promise you, they ain't going to appreciate it, because
they should, though.
They're not, because I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
The reason why they're not going to appreciate it, because some women, y'all better pay attention to this. How many minutes? Oh, it's 1:30. Jeez, I got to get ready to go. It's because some women secretly wish that a man would have sent them that picture, because they don't get the attention that they think they should. So you inadvertently, you got to realize women need attention, and you got attention that was beyond what you needed to get from that man. So a woman in her mind thinks, hey, how she's getting that picture and I am not. I may not say nothing about it, but it would have made me feel good for a little bit, and then I would have blocked them. The validation of getting that attention was what some women want. So they would do is they'll come after you. And why would you do that? Because they're not getting that attention. I promise you. Some women don't get that. In this day and age, I wish a man would put it out the window or something. Walk past with it on. Put some gray pants on.
As a person that gets too much of it, if they got it, they would not like it. I'm 100% sure if they got it, they wouldn't like it. It's too much. It makes me feel like I don't want to say a terrible person, but it makes me feel bad. I don't see the pictures or I don't see the attention and feel like, oh, I'm attractive or people like me or I'm so popular. It doesn't make me feel anything that would sound good to anybody. It makes me feel bad.
Right.
I don't like it.
And that's the thing. See, you have an abundance of attention while some women may have a lack of attention. So that attention that this particular person did will be okay for a second because it filled a part of them where they didn't get it.
Yeah.
And that's where the women will say, hey, why would you do that? They're not gonna ever say this, but I'm not getting that attention. And once again, I'm gonna say this again. I am no way justifying no man sending any pictures like that inside of a woman's inbox. Do not do it. I'm 100% sure don't do that. If you do that crap, you got what you got coming to you. Just be very clear. You got what you got coming to you. Anything else is on you. Let me read what Joe Blast facts of the day. She may be making more enemies for herself than that. Correct. So yeah, sometimes while we think we helping other people, we inadvertently can make them see their lack of what they don't have of that intention.
I definitely did make enemies that I did not expect to make.
Right. And I'm
I
talking
wasn't
about
looking for enemies or fans, but I definitely made some enemies that I was not expecting.
Yeah. So with that being closed, please give your Instagram. Y'all don't go on Instagram and say, ooh, look at that. Give your information and what you do again, and we're going to close out the show.
All right. So I'm Tanisha Johnson again. I'm a real estate broker. My brokerage is licensed in DC, Maryland, and Georgia. We are literally always hiring real estate agents. So if you're an agent and you're looking for a home and you're looking for somebody that's going to be cool, you know, I'm the cool broker. So come talk to me. If you're following me on Instagram, it's at DMV Property Diva for the personal page. Again, it's at DMV Property Diva. If you're looking for the brokerage, it's at Real Urban Realty. Again, it's at Real Urban Realty. And just connect with me on social media, just not via penis or nakedness or pervertness or or any of that. Like, I'm really friendly. Come talk to me.
With that being said, if this show is resonating with you, I need you guys to put a number 3 in the chat room. Thank you for so much, Tanisha, for coming up here and sharing your story, and most of all, sharing your business, because I think a lot of times women do not talk about what happens in the DMs. Because from what I understand, it goes down in the DMs. It goes down.
Too down, too like super far, deep.
Yeah, it goes down in the DM. So, hey, stay on, because I'm going to run this intro out. And we are definitely gone. Let's see here. Let's run this right here. She jumped off.